Hey, what's going down? I'm Stein with Skin and Bones Project Studios. This is The Skinny. We got somebody that flew all the way from Cali to come join us on the red couch at The Skinny. He's got an amazing story. And what I like about it is when I looked at his page, it was primarily business, right? So I didn't even know the guy was this talented. And so I kept kind of digging through his profile. So, but before we do that, I want to shout out my cousin in North Carolina, Custom Apparel, man. He does all my t-shirts. He does all the mugs and all the printing for, in fact, these episodes have been sponsored by Custom Apparel out there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And we got a lot of beautiful, talented people in the room. You look great. Oh, shit. Okay. Got that glow on you and shit. Light skin. It's a lot of light skinned niggas in here. I'm loving this shit. Usually, I'm the only light skinned nigga in the room. But anyway, without further ado, you know how we do in The Skinny. Bring it to the red couch. Dukes Beats in the building! What's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Slide in there, man. Get comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor. Tear that label off that water, though. They don't pay us. Hey, they don't pay us.
They ain't
shit.
paying none of us in this room.
They
My
don't
bad,
pay
man.
none of us shit up in
What am I doing? There you go.
All right. Hold on.
Got you.
Let me mute this for you. There we go. Boom. I want to start this episode of The Skinny like we start every episode of The Skinny and say thank you for coming.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Boy, you got a great voice, bro. Like, it's a lot
Thank
of niggas
you.
in here with great voices, but my shit sound all high pitched. Do I sound sexy to you? For sure. You already know what it is. But anyway, so before we dive into really who you are, man, is tell us here at The Skinny something about you that a lot of people don't know.
That a lot of people don't know is that I've been making music since I was about 14 years old. I'm 33 now. I stepped away from it for a while because everybody knows how the game is. You know, I've gotten signed, had them run off on my record. I've had them skip out on photo shoots. I've had them steal my ideas for album names entirely. When I submitted my music, they hit me back saying, you got a good voice. Like you just said, oh man, I like your voice. I like the name of that album. And then next thing you know, their album is very similarly named. So stepped away from it, man. I stepped into consumer law. So I started learning the law. And what I started doing was helping people learn their rights, how to enforce against debt collectors because they violate us every single day. That led to me doing a podcast. That also led to me like, man, you know what? I could probably make music and teach people within the music. So I started I call it consumer music, and it's music with a purpose is what
Absolutely.
I call it. So every single track that I make now, any album I make now.
Hold on, we can show you some love for that one.
Thank you.
Now run it. No, hold on. No,
there it is. Any album that I make now, I make sure that every song actually has a purpose. Whether I'm hiding the law in it, case law in it, and I'm breaking it down through lyrics so that people can get it through edutainment, I call it.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, bro. That shit was attractive to me. No. Take that. No Diddy. But I thought that was super interesting and creative and a way to really reach more people about it. And at the same time, you have a product that you sell, right? So I love the fact that you incorporated that. That's what we talk about when we talk about being creative, right? It took me several posts to find out you were really a dope artist. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else you led with was your business. And I think everybody in here, for the most part, has been an entrepreneur or trying to be an entrepreneur or have tried it, and it's just a lot harder than it looks, and then you do like me and just get a regular fucking job, right? So I don't know how you guys do it. So hats off to you, my man. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. Now, half of us in this motherfucker, me excluded, probably got fucked up credit. So we probably need to get with you, bro.
That's how it started with me too, man. And my credit was terrible. The story.
What's your credit score?
My score now.
Then.
Oh, then it was I think in the 400s, something like that.
Oh, that was garbage.
It was bad. It was terrible.
Is that bad?
And I realized how. Oh yeah, that's
400.
I realized how bad it was when one of my dogs got sick. My first family dog. I'm a family man. I got a wife. I got 6 kids. 5 sons.
Congratulations on that alone. That's a job.
Yes, sir. 5 sons, and finally had my daughter. She's the youngest.
Good for you, baby.
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go.
So we had our family dog. It got sick and, was basically going to pass away that night. I could tell it was in a lot of pain. So I took it to the emergency vet. I'm working the job, so I'm check to check at the time. They tell me it's going to be $700 just to see him. I'm like, man, I got $700 at the time. So like, well, you got this Care credit card. If we run your credit and you get approved, you could get the service. So of course I ran it, got denied because my credit was crap. And I was all right, you know, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna take him to the vet. He didn't make it to the next morning.
He died.
He passed away. Bro. So it's like,
I'm sorry.
You know, that was years ago, but but just to say like how impactful credit can be, and that's when I really learned its importance in our life, and
100%.
all of us overlook it. And once I learned the law, I learned that I can simplify. That's my gift. I've had the gift of music, so I've had the gift of words, and now I use them to break down complicated words into an easily digestible format for people so they can enforce for themselves.
Listen, bro, listen. And I had a lot of people, and I'm being very serious, who said, oh, I can fix your credit, I can do this, I can do that. And you see a lot of scam stuff on Instagram. We all have. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, you seem so genuine.
But I can tell you something that would be crazy about credit repair companies.
I don't fuck with credit repair.
By the law, it's actually illegal to do credit repair. I teach people how to do for themselves.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I'll show you the law, how to enforce it, how they violated it, and now when a debt collector hits you up, you become the debt collector. They owe you money now.
Okay, good. I don't have any debt. Thank God for that. I don't really have any debt. Yeah. So that service for people who are experiencing debt is awesome. But let's talk about music, man.
Okay.
I know that you incorporated the two, but how did you get started in music?
And music to begin with, I've always loved music, man. My dad was a DJ growing up, so I grew up around a lot of old school, old school music, the R&B, everything, you know, all the 90s hip hop. I grew up getting in trouble for always reciting the West Side Story music, all of their music, Ice Cube, all of them, because I'm from Cali, so that's who I'll be listening to.
Shout out to Cali, baby, Long Beach, California. You know what it is. You know what it is.
That's right. So it started from that, and then around 13, 14 years old, I just told one of my friends, who's not my friend no more, you know how that goes, told him that I was interested in it. He said, bro, you couldn't do that if you wanted to. So I wrote a first 16 trying to prove him wrong, and then I found out just how much I actually love doing it. Love doing it so much.
The music or the production of music, or just...
I write and I record myself, and at the time I made beats, but I was never good at it. I ain't even gonna front like I was, man. I'd always do too much and end up sounding like techno. I'm like, okay, messed it up.
Gotcha.
I should have left it a skeleton. But I actually rode my bike at the time when I was like about that age, 13, all the way to the Walmart in La Puente, where I grew up. Bought a $10 microphone and I was recording on that. I even bought a cassette player and I recorded on that, and I would just play it at school for people to hear me. And then eventually my uncles, they've been into music as well, but they're more into rock. But they had all the equipment, so
still music.
I started watching them. I started watching them, how they recorded, and then that's how I got into it.
Bro, I love that. I love that. And you talk. Go ahead. And you talk about humble beginnings where you would have a $10 microphone and a Walkman or a tape recorder, and to do that, again, I mentioned what we talked about cassettes the last episode, but yeah, big ups to you, man. That's wow, that's awesome. So, with your other business aside, with music, what is your goal with music? What do you intend to do with your music?
My goal now is to be 100% independent, which I currently am. I love it. I have full control of how I create, where I send my music, who I even discuss music with, everything. Because I went through the other lanes trying to go to people who I thought could help me.
Right.
And I leaned on them too much, probably. That's my fault. Now 100% independent. I love it. My intention now is to continue making the music that I currently make. Okay. I was big into the mixtapes, so I have over 75 songs that are out on mixtapes, more than 100 that I've written.
Good for you,
But now I have my first actual album that I released is what I call consumer music. It's the 41st chapter, volume 1, which Title 15, chapter 41 is a federal statute. That's all about our protection.
Are you guys taking this shit in? Like just the knowledge, bro. Hats off to you, loving this information. And again, because you disguise it so well, I didn't even realize you were this talented.
That was the point.
So it's like onions, right? They all these different layers. You don't know it stinks till you get to the middle of it. That's not a good analogy. Okay.
No, I see where you're trying to go, though. I get it.
What I'm saying,
no.
but I had no idea that you were that talented, and you obviously thought through it. But I got to ask you about collaboration, right? Mm-hmm. You said independent. You said that a few times. Does that limit you from collaborating with a Blair or a Matty B or a Royce, you know, or the nigga who really don't talk and I don't know his name, and the light skinned nigga right here that's angry as hell? Yeah, stop.
Nah, but I mean independent as in I love the freedom of being able to create the way that I feel I want to create. But now the way that I move, I don't curse publicly. You won't hear me curse in my music. You won't hear me curse on the podcast.
Well, should I stop cursing?
You do what you want to do. You're free to do this. Is your show. This is your this is your show. I just don't do it.
Okay.
So if it were to come to the point of creating music, then I would want an artist that's willing to also on that track. Hey, that's cool. You doing any track on this one with me? Just please don't do that. You already know there's a stigma behind hip hop.
Absolutely.
So I made it so that children can hear it and they can learn their rights. So by the time that they're 17, 18, they're way more informed than I ever was.
Oh, you know what? I hadn't put the two. It's like the electric company. Remember electric company? Cat. Remember that shit?
Like that. Not to that degree.
No, but they put music to it so kids could learn it, right? So,
but it's for the adults and for the teenagers.
Listen, don't clown me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the fact that I never thought about it like that. So no matter what you're doing musically, it's still messaging for you.
It's going to continue to be that, yeah.
That makes sense.
I feel like I found a real purpose with that, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it that way.
Okay, yeah. For sure. So listen, man, you've been a lot of places. You've been where?
I barely started traveling once I started teaching consumer law.
Okay.
So I've been now to like Atlanta. We were supposed to go to Philly. That's still postponed. Been to Tennessee out there teaching. I've taught in Cali. I went in Vegas. I had my own album release party.
Okay. So you've been to Vegas?
Yeah.
You've been to Tennessee?
Tennessee, Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina.
Well, let me ask you this. You know where you at right now?
I'm on the skinny. Don't think that I
didn't watch it. The skinny! For sure.
Yes, sir. Don't think I wasn't watching episodes. I seen that.
Okay. Yeah, but this nigga brought out the shitter sound effect. Doesn't fit here, but it's cool. But listen, man. But the song you're gonna do for us today, is it a medley? Or it's just an actual song, right? It's
an actual song. It's an unreleased song.
That's fine.
It's called Never Imagine.
Okay, look into the camera and tell the people what the name of the song is.
The song is called Never Imagine. It's an unreleased song. It's basically leading you into the 41st chapter, volume 2 that I'm still working on.
Okay. All right, for sure. And you're performing that song tonight here at the Skinny?
Yes, sir.
For sure. Okay, so you're going to do the song here today for us at the Skinny, so we'll get a chance to enjoy that and appreciate that. But do you have any questions for us here at the Skinny?
That's a good one. I don't think I've seen you ask too many people that.
Yeah, because I don't give... No, I'm just kidding. I got to stop cursing now because you got me like super paranoid. Can I curse?
Go ahead.
I got to ask the woman of the cloth. Can I curse?
Yep.
It's not the right term.
What's the right term? Anyway.
That's all my team right there.
Okay.
We're actually out here right now to teach. So tomorrow and Sunday, we're actually having an in-person event where we're teaching people that are coming from different states to learn their rights and how to enforce them. You know what?
Let's shout out those people. They don't necessarily have to come to the couch, but definitely. So who is the gentleman over here with the red hat?
That's my brother Elijah, the one who hooked me up. You saying I look fresh? It's
you
because
look crispy.
of him, only because of him right now.
Elijah, we glad to have you here, baby, for sure. And what is the correct term for a Muslim woman?
You said it. A Muslim woman.
Okay.
You just say my name.
I don't know your name.
That's my sister Sophia.
Right
there. She be running it with me, always side by side. We'll do
Sophia.
Do the classes and all that. My sister Crystal, of course, right there.
Crystal.
Well. Yep.
I like the bunch, man. You've got a very diverse, is that correct terminology? Diverse? You've got a very diverse group of people, right? No, it's HRs. Okay, so I love that about
women
you.
in my circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't get anything, I hope you got that because that was critically important. What this man does is instrumental for all of us, right? We're talking about financials and just being a consumer and knowing your rights. So one more time for my main man, Dukes Beats in the building, all the way from California, baby! For sure, the Skinny.
Let's go, Dukes the Beast. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm proud to introduce to you what I call consumer music. It's where we educate people through the music, man, and I hide it very well. Let's go. Never imagined had this reach when I started. I just got the information, started speaking it card. Had a dream of the future, just to peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Imagine us enforcing, we no longer the targets. Better schools, better food, the the right people in office. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Look, I told you I'm a student, they keep calling me teacher. I'm just an enforcing consumer, outside of the box thinker. They can copy how I maneuver, I'm the only one that knocks speakers. And I help so many people, yet it seems they caught amnesia. Look, 1,000 ways to freedom, I'm just presenting an option. These villains running rampant, you would swear that it's Gotham. And I ain't saying that I'm Batman, but they've been moving with caution ever since I picked my shield up and put my people on offense. If I kept it to myself, it would eat in my conscience, knowing the people need help, and I ain't dropping no content. But the information been here. Yeah, not in this concept. If one wins, we all win. So trust, no contest. But if you smashing in the whip, then I'm manning the cockpit. Our views different, we move different, and comparing is nonsense. I pray before every move I make. I said there's no stopping till he calls me back home. Man, let's get it, what's poppin'? And I never imagined have this reach when I started. I just got the information, started speaking, they caught it. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Imagine us enforcing, we no longer the targets. Better schools, better food, the right people in office. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. What's credit, what's taxes, what's debt? An illusion. Now tell me, we don't teach it, what's the chance they'll dispute it? If they don't know that it's unlimited, then greed must consume them. And if any of them ask questions, then we could just soothe them. We'll give them platforms to speak, but if they teach them, we'll mute them. We'll put together a team that fact checks to confuse them. Make women bitter and men weak. Anyone with it, let's boost them. And if anyone would reach challenges, it then we'll open up your eyes, man, they love that we losing. Man, they hate us so much, they even mock us in movies. They just put it in plain sight for the masses to view it, cause they know you won't catch it without the right lenses to view it. But I got a lick back, man, they think it's just music, so they distribute it on the platform it's polluted. Straight to your cell phones to download and play while you're cruising. They even pay me when they do it. It's the CEU, we don't just preach it, we prove it. They've been playing in our face, but they can't play with this movement. It's the CEU, baby, get with the blueprint. They've been playing in our face, but they can't play with this movement. And I never imagined have this reach when I started. I just got the information, started speaking, they caught it. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Imagine us enforcing, we no longer the targets. Better schools and better food, the right people in office. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Cause I never imagined have this reach when I started. I just got the information, started speaking, they caught it. Had a dream of the future, just a peak, but it's gorgeous. You could love me, you could hate me, I'm a preacher regardless. Dukes the Beast, CEU. That's the Consumer Enforcement Unit, baby. Go download the app, check out the album, 41st Chapter, Volume 1. Volume 2 is on the way. Only album where you heard something, you actually learned something. From Cali all the way to Atlanta, baby, what's up? Let's get it.